Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So if you're someone like me who absolutely loves open world action games with stunning visuals and tight combat, then you've probably heard of Horizon franchise. Today we're doing something special. We're pitting the original masterpiece, Horizon Zero Dawn, against its sequel, Horizon Forbidden West. And honestly, this comparison isn't as straightforward as you might think. Both games are incredible, but they're incredible in completely different ways. So stick around as we break down everything from story and characters to gameplay mechanics and just pure fun. Let's get into it.
Let's start with the story, because this is where things get interesting. Horizon Zero Dawn starts you off as Aloy, this outcast girl from a tribe called the Nora. She's literally rejected by her own people because she's a no-mother, meaning she was abandoned at birth. Her surrogate father, Rost, raises her in the wilderness, and when she's old enough, she enters this tribal competition called the Proving to finally prove herself to her people, but obviously things go wrong. Cultists attack, Rost dies saving her, and boom, Aloy's on this massive quest to figure out who she really is and why she was cast out. The world of Zero Dawn is this post-apocalyptic version of the United States, set like 1,000 years in the future. You've got these robot dinosaurs called machines running around, tribes of humans living like they're back in medieval times, and this whole mystery about what happened to the old world. And here's the thing, the story of Zero Dawn is absolutely incredible. The hologram recordings of before the apocalypse, the reveal about what the Pharaoh Plague actually was, and that twist about Aloy being a clone, man, that's peak sci-fi storytelling. It's got mystery, it's got heart, and it's got some genuinely shocking moments. Now, Forbidden West takes place about 6 months after the first game, and this time Aloy's dealing with a plague that's literally killing everything. The Forbidden West, which is basically Los Angeles and California, is this toxic, deadly place that humans were never supposed to venture into. So Aloy has got to go there to find out how to save the world. Again, the story's still good, don't get me wrong. You meet new tribes, learn more about the Xenips, these ancient, advanced humans, and there's some really cool characters. But here's what everyone agrees on. Zero Dawn's story just hits different. It's got more mystery, more revelations, and that sense of discovery is just chef's kiss.
Okay, so let's talk about what actually matters. The gameplay. Because here's where Forbidden West absolutely demolishes Zero Dawn, not gonna lie. In Zero Dawn, combat is solid, but it can feel a bit repetitive. You're mostly shooting arrows from a distance, using your focus to scan enemies for weaknesses, and trying to sneak around when you can. The bow varieties are great. You've got your hunter bow, your sharp shot bow, your war bow, and using different arrow types like fire, freeze, and shock arrows creates these cool elemental combinations, but melee combat? Yeah, that's kind of clunky. Your spear is mostly just something you use when you really mess up. Forbidden West said, you know what? Let's fix that. The melee combat in this game is legitimately satisfying. Aloy's got full combo chains. She can do this move called the Resonator Blast, where she charges up her spear and creates this explosive shockwave, and the whole thing feels weighty and impactful. But here's the real game changer, something called Valor Searches. These are special abilities you unlock that you can activate during combat. You've got stuff like Critical Boost that makes you a precision damage machine, Melee Might that literally doubles your spear damage, and Elemental Fury that makes your elemental attacks insane. There are like 12 different ones, and you can build your character around your playstyle. It's so much deeper. And the weapons? Dude, Forbidden West has way more weapon variety. You've still got your bows, but now you've got spike throwers, bolt blasters, rope casters. These weapons that actually change how you approach combat. Every weapon feels unique, and you can upgrade them at workbenches to make them even more powerful. Plus, every single weapon can use multiple ammunition types, so you've got endless ways to customize your loadout. There's also this new traversal system in Forbidden West. Early on, you get this thing called the Polecaster, which is basically a grappling hook, and the Shield Wing, which is a glider. Suddenly, the world feels way more vertical. You can climb up cliffs, swing across chasms, and glide down from mountains. Zero Dawn is beautiful, but it feels kind of flat in comparison. You're mostly just running across open ground. Oh, and Forbidden West added underwater exploration. Yeah, there are entire sections underwater with different machines, different ecosystems, and secrets hidden in the depths. Zero Dawn didn't have that at all. It's not a massive part of the game, but it adds another layer of exploration that just wasn't there before.
Let's talk about how these games look, because this is actually a pretty fascinating comparison. Horizon Zero Dawn still looks amazing. Like, even by two-day standards, it's a gorgeous game. The machines are incredibly detailed with their metallic parts and dynamic animations. The environments are diverse. You've got mountains, deserts, jungles, snowy areas, and everything's rendered beautifully. It's this post-apocalyptic world, so it makes sense that a lot of it looks a little barren. There's grass and trees and ruins, but sometimes areas can feel a bit empty. Forbidden West takes that foundation and cranks it up to 11. The environments are way denser. Tropical beaches actually feel tropical, with thick vegetation and wildlife everywhere. The deserts are more expansive, the jungles are more lush, and there's just more stuff to see. The textures are sharper, especially on close-up objects. The lighting's improved, there's better shadows, better reflections, better color grading overall. Character models look more realistic with better animations during dialogue scenes. And I gotta mention the draw distance you can see way further in Forbidden West, which makes the world feel even bigger. That said, Zero Dawn's still charming. There's something about its aesthetic, that post-apocalyptic beauty, that just works. But if you're looking at pure technical achievement, Forbidden West is the winner here. It's basically what Zero Dawn would look like if it had a massive budget increase in current technology.
The machines in both games are absolutely incredible, so let's appreciate that first. These aren't just enemies, they're these beautifully designed robot creatures with distinct behaviors, weak points, and attack patterns. In Zero Dawn, you're dealing with machines like the Thunderjaw, this T-Rex-sized machine with rocket launchers and this massive tail cannon. There's the Tall Neck, which is basically a giraffe that you climb to override and reveal the map. The Stormbird is this flying machine that's genuinely terrifying the first time you encounter it. What makes Zero Dawn's machines so good is that they're designed with specific weak points. Every machine has parts you can shoot off. It's not just about hitting them with damage numbers, it's about understanding their anatomy and exploiting it. That's genuinely clever game design. Forbidden West keeps that foundation, but expands it massively. You've got way more machine types, somewhere around 30 different machines compared to Zero Dawn's 25. The new machines are incredible. There's the Slitherfang, which is this serpent-like creature that can spit acid. The Bristleback is this armored beast with quills. The Regala's machines, special variants ridden by rebel fighters, add this whole new dimension where humans are riding machines against you. And if you've got the DLC, Burning Shores adds even more, including the absolutely bonkers Horus, which is basically a giant robot titan. The real difference is encounter design. In Forbidden West, machines feel more aggressive, more adaptive. They'll use the environment, they'll flank you, they'll coordinate with each other if there are multiple machines. It forces you to be more tactical, more thoughtful about your approach. Zero Dawn's combat is more about you taking your time, setting up traps, methodically taking apart machines. Forbidden West wants you to be dynamic, mixing your weapon types, using your valor surges at the right moment, adapting on the fly.
Alright, so which one should you play? Honestly, both. Like, I'm not gonna cop out here. Both are worth your time. But here's how I'd break it down. If you care about story, mystery, and world building, Horizon Zero Dawn is the game for you. That reveal about the old world, the Pharaoh played, what actually happened, it's one of the best sci-fi stories in gaming. The sense of discovery, the shock moments, the lore, it's just incredible. The gameplay is solid enough to support that story, and once you understand how it all works, it's genuinely fun. Plus, it's been out longer, so it's probably cheaper, and you can grab the Complete Edition, which includes the Frozen Wilds DLC. But if you want the best gameplay experience, the tightest combat, the most content, and the most polished open world experience, Forbidden West is your game. The improvements to combat are real and meaningful. The world is more beautiful and more detailed, there's more to do, more to see, and you'll just feel more powerful as Aloy. It's a better game in terms of pure gameplay. My personal take, I think Zero Dawn is the better game overall because its story is just exceptional. But Forbidden West is the more fun game to actually play. So here's what I do. Play Zero Dawn first because it sets up the world and the story, and then go into Forbidden West with that context. You'll appreciate it even more. And honestly, the gaming industry needs more franchises like this. Both games are gorgeous, both have something unique to offer, and both are worth experiencing. So yeah, no regrets with either choice.